Welcome back, everyone, to Sean's show. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Give it up for Connor on the keys back there, helping us out. I hope you're having a great week. We have some set upgrades. I'm very excited about, the set, it gets better. This is a holiday. I spent my holiday bonus, my day job, I have a holiday bonus, and I spent it all on this book. My holiday bonus was enough for a book. If you're just listening, we have a book. And we have a live tracker of Palantir's stock price, which I'm very excited. This was actually on the show years ago, and I've brought it back. And great news, it's up. The military-industrial complex, we are up today. As they say in Austin, Texas, we up. We all up, collectively. So, that was a deep cut. If you know, you know. We up. We are not all up, by the way. And in America, we are not all up. People have to say we up. Not everyone up. Not everyone up. I up. America, we are not. In China, they should say that in China. In China, they should say we up. Because they are all up. In America, some up, some down. Few up, lots down. Except for Palantir. Palantir up. Jared Kushner up. Sean Riley up. United States down. Epstein victims down. Jeffrey Epstein himself down. Lots of news to get to. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're enjoying the holiday. I hope you have some time away from one of your 4 jobs so that you can focus on your other 3 jobs that you have to do to make ends meet, because that is where we're at in this country. Is you need 4 jobs. You have a bachelor's degree? Great news. You get 4 jobs. 3 of them are Sonic, Denny's, McDonald's, and then you have an unpaid internship at a regional law firm. That's kind of how you make it these days in America. Is you have 3, you have Denny's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, then you have an unpaid legal clerkship for a law firm where all the partners rape, and that is where we're at, and that is being up. That's if you're lucky. So we are, you know who's not up? Campbell's. Campbell's soup. I want to start with this story. We have so much to get to, by the way, so stick around. If you're new, hello, stick around because we have a lot to get to. We're going to talk about Campbell's. We have a hot mic from one of the executives trashing the company, a Campbell's executive trashing the company. Hilarious. We're going to get to that next, but stick around because we're going to talk about Epstein. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving turkey inflation to Thanksgiving, and how it's impacting your wallet. We're going to talk about other stuff. What else do we have on the docket, Connor? We have so much to go through. I really worked hard setting up all the stories.
You really did a great job this week. Venezuela.
We're going to war. A good war. The Pope. Oh, we're going to talk about, there was a rave. The Pope threw a rave. So we'll get to that. Stick around for that.
New York Times were redacting some stuff.
Oh, and the New York Times and Epstein. So we're talking about how a New York Times columnist wants the Epstein files released, but also redacted. Which, obviously, we all have the first question, you hear that, you go, why? So we're going to get to that. But first, we have to hear this. We have to hear this hot mic. I don't know. I believe this is it's a Campbell Soup executive, which I didn't even know Campbell Soup needed executives. It's just a soup company. I didn't know you need executives it's a global soup company. And so there was a hot mic. I don't know how this audio was found, but it is verified audio from a Campbell Soup executive talking shit about the products. And it's very bad because this is right before the holiday season when people like to cook soup. So this is probably the worst thing to happen for Campbell's since the creation of Campbell's competitors. I'm not a soup. Panera. This is the creation of Panera. This is Campbell Soup's 9/11 moment. Okay, this is 9/11 for Campbell Soup. So let's take a listen to this audio, which is just hilarious.
barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, I can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Okay. So we go.
Good. This morning, Campbell's
Bad. No. It's instead of good, it should be no. It should be I don't think so. So if it's kind of the audio is kind of muffled in the recording because the guy they were actually in a strip club when that was recorded. I don't know what Campbell's Soup executives do outside of work, but I'm pretty sure it's go to strip clubs in Oklahoma City and just do coke. That it's because like who wants to be an executive at Campbell's? Of all the companies you can help managing a soup company is like loser shit. So he's so if it was muffled, if you didn't hear, this Campbell's Soup executive was trashing the companies, basically like, I don't buy Campbell's anymore. Now that I know what's in it, I don't want to eat chicken made from a fucking 3D printer. And he goes, this shit's for poor people. Campbell's Soups. And you know what? He's getting a lot of hate for this. And he's getting a lot of people are angry that he's come out and said this about the Campbell Soup products. Now, personally, I have a lot of respect for this guy. Because if you know anything about corporate executives, it's that the top of the top corporate executives, they talk their shit. You want to be if you want to be in an executive position at a company, just talk your fucking shit. He's going to get a promotion. You guys I think he actually got fired. But like a lot of the time, he only got fired because this was recorded and he let himself get caught. But I'm telling you, this is the kind of rhetoric that actually gets people promoted at companies. If you want to get promoted at a company, what you need to do is just trash the company and the products, because then you'll be seen as like, oh, he's not a yes man. He's not a yes man. He gets out there and tells it like he's like Steve Jobs. He tells it like it is. You know what I mean? So he says that now what you don't want to do is say that the product's for poor people. It's not a good look to be like, I don't buy this shit anymore. Now that I know what's in it, the chicken's made from a fucking 3D printer. Now, if that's actually true, that's pretty insane. If they Campbell's condensed. I mean, I don't know the last time I bought this is not a brand that is relevant anymore. This is not a brand. They're a big company. Campbell's IT chief is on leave after lawsuit claims he said the company's food is for, quote, poor people. Now, why are people getting fired for their honesty? Why are we firing this guy? So on the one hand, we demand more honesty from chief executives and leaders we are demanding more honesty and transparency, but when they give you transparency, we get mad. He's just being transparent. This is the kind of executive transparency that we've been demanding. We ask for honesty, and then he gives us honesty, and then we crucify him. He said that Campbell's food is for poor people. Now, do I eat Campbell's? Sometimes. If I'm low, if there's too much month at the end of my rent money, I'm going to Campbell's. And he said Campbell's is headquartered in New Jersey. Now, that's not surprising to me. I don't know where this guy was based. So, hilarious. He goes, describes Campbell's as highly processed food and said it was for poor people. Now, if this is a surprise to you, then I don't know what to tell you. If Campbell's Soup being highly processed and the chicken not actually being chicken, if you thought Campbell's was like a good meal, you need to get your head looked at, because this is not Michelin star food. If you thought that Campbell's Soup was like a Michelin, like a Whole Foods, all natural, farm raised, we gave the chickens Campbell's Soup, the chicken that goes into Campbell's Soup, that is not a chicken that had a good life. This is a chicken that was made in a data center. Campbell's soup is made in a data center. It's AI soup. It's AI slop in human soup form. It's not something that we need. Should not be a surprise. The chickens, I actually researched this heavily. The chickens that go into Campbell's soup, and I'm sorry to say this, they get sexually assaulted. That's just part of the process. The chicken that goes into Campbell's soup, the farmers sexually assault the chickens. And I'm sorry to go there, but that's what happens. Now, Whole Foods, those chickens, they have iPhones. The Whole Foods, there goes our set.
Palantir stock is dropping.
Palantir stock, I got too animated and our set was destroyed. Wow, we're back. We're back. That was the CIA trying to stop me from communicating the information that my dear listeners need to know. So Garza, let's see, is that the exact Martin
Bailey, vice president of IT.
Yeah, so I'm like, he's an IT executive. I'm like, first of all, I know a lot of IT executives. They're all fat pieces of shit. See, that's the thing. He's an IT exec. No one at the executive levels, they're not eating cans of anything. They're DoorDashing Thai food every night. They're not. So this is Garza. Okay, in the lawsuit. So there's another guy, Garza. Okay, so Garza. Okay, so here we go. Here's from the article. In the lawsuit, Garza claimed he met with Bailey in November of 2024 to discuss his salary. During the meeting, which Garza allegedly recorded. So this isn't a recording from 2024 about this guy's salary. Bailey described Campbell's as, quote, highly processed. Garza claimed that Bailey made racist remarks about oh my God. Okay, this gets crazy. Garza claimed that Bailey made racist remarks about Indian workers whom he called idiots. According to the lawsuit, Garza said Bailey also told him that he often went to work high after consuming. I'm sorry. I think I love this guy. Not the racism. That racism is bad. Racism is bad. But you know what? This guy reminds me of Scarface. This guy is kind of like the Scarface of Campbell's. This guy goes to work, eats an edible, goes to work as the IT chief of Campbell's, and just starts saying racist shit about Indians and then saying that the product is for poor people. This is a guy that tells it like it is. Okay.
The Campbell's stock, too, is also taking a tumble.
Wow, they've been getting fucked. They've been getting fucked since what time period is this?
This is 5 days.
5 days. So they've been getting hammered. Well, it's kind of, yeah.
The 1 month is looks a little bit better, but over the last couple of days, it's definitely not looked good.
And here's the incredible thing about Campbell's is that, you know, some people would expect like the company to go bankrupt over this, or like they'd like collapse 50% in value. Campbell's is durable. And I don't know about you, I like my Campbell's. I like my coffee black. You know, I like my coffee black. I like my presidents, pedophiles, and I like my soup made in a 3D printer. And that's who that's my. If you aren't down with 3D printed meat, then maybe get out of the country, because that's where we're going. Hey, if you don't like 3D printed meat, then you're not gonna like what's gonna come in 10 years, which is bugs. You guys all realize in 10 years, you're gonna be begging for the 3D printed chicken. You're gonna be begging for the Campbell soup that was made in a data center. You're gonna be like, please, can I have some chicken noodle soup from the data center? And I'll go, no, you eat your mosquitoes. You eat those mosquitoes. Because it's the ROI on mosquitoes, it's better. It's better for everyone. Zoran Mamdani's told you. Eat the bugs. All right. No, I like Mamdani. We like Mamdani. Let's actually, I don't think I have a story for this, but Mamdani sat down with Trump. And this was about 6 days ago. It actually happened right after the last episode, but I still think it's worthy of coverage. I think this is interesting. And it went very well. And there was kind of a funny moment where the journalist asks Mamdani, and the journalist goes, didn't you called Trump a fascist standing here now in the Oval Office? Do you stand by those remarks? And Zoran kind of like stumbles a little bit. Trump goes, you can just say it. And then he goes, yeah, he's kind of a fascist. And it's a funny moment, but it also is a very sad. You know what? That moment really moved me because I think it moved a lot of people. Ooh, that's a hot look at his face. Look at that, guys. You know, I like Mamdani. I like Zoran Mamdani. I think he's a better choice than the other people, but they're all bad. I hope he helps the city. Let's give him a shot. Let's give him a shot like everyone else. Right? Let's give him a shot. He's young. He's young and hot. He's young and he's hot and he's a socialist. And he knows how to do TikTok. He's a young, hot socialist that was on Subway Takes. And that's cool. Was he? I don't know. That's a great show.
He was. I think he might have been on twice.
Wow. Okay. So who we really need to commend is Zoran Mamdani's social media team. The Zoran Mamdani social media team, they could sell you Campbell soup. The Zoran Mamdani social media team, they need to step away from politics and they need to be a crisis PR team for Campbell soup. You know what we need? I want to see that IT director from Campbell Soup. I want him to go on Subway Takes. Wouldn't that be amazing? I want to see this IT. He's fired now. I want to see him go on Subway Takes, and for the host to be like, "So what's your take?" And he goes, "Campbell Soup is for poor people." I want to see him go on the subway. He's probably like 800 pounds. He's just sitting there. He's out on edible, and he's like, "So what's your take?" And he goes like, "Indian people are smelly, and Campbell Soup is for poor people." And he goes, 100% agree. 100% agree. And I would 100% disagree, okay? Because, first of all, racism is bad, and it's wrong. And being racist at work especially is insane. So the fact that this guy just doesn't give a fuck. You know, I condemn racism and bigotry in all of its forms. It's bad. It's not productive for us as a society. But I also respect a guy that keeps it real. And that guy, I like that guy more than any of these fucking politicians. I like a guy that goes to work high and is like, you know what? This fucking product sucks. Everyone to the Campbell's office is typing away like, hey, I'm working on this Campbell's marketing campaign. We're going to collaborate with the Super Bowl. And he's like, this fucking product's for the fucking poor people. Does anyone, like, he goes, I make $300K a year. You think I'm fucking buying Campbell's? That dog piss? It's dog piss. So Mamdani goes to Trump, and there's not much else to say on that. I just think it's in what this moment, I think, reminds the public of is that we all need to be reminded that all politicians operate in the same ecosystem. And for Zoran Mamdani and Trump, interestingly, both are sort of New York elite outsiders that have kind of worn the cool jacket of politics. You know, they're cool, they're New York. They're like, you know what? They're good salesmen. They're like, you know what? I don't even really like politics. That's almost the way you have to do politics now, is you have to neg the public. That's kind of what you have to do, is you have to be like a soft salesman. Soft selling is the best. It works. Zohran Mamdani and Trump, they're like, I don't even really want this fucking job. You're not even that hot. New Yorkers, and we're so like, I want him. Zohran Mamdani is like, hey, I want the job, but like, whatever. I want it to be affordable. Whatever. I don't really care. I don't care. I'm not going to play the game. But in doing that, you still play the game. So we'll see how Mamdani works trying to change the system from the inside. Now, Zohran Mamdani, and that's what he's trying to do. Zohran Mamdani has a mandate to change the corrupt crony capitalist government that we have in New York City, and to be honest, federally and at the state level. He's become a pillar, a beacon of change. And the whole world is really watching to see what he can do in New York City. And his quest to change the system from the inside, it'll be interesting to watch. Because, I'm biased, but I don't think you can change the system from the inside. Zohran Mamdani trying to change the system from the inside, I respect the effort, but it's almost like walking into a Taco Bell at 3 a.m. and trying to change that. You're just not, and like, that's like walking into a Taco Bell at 3 a.m. and going behind the kitchen and being like, all right, like, what are we doing here? And it's just people, ah! It's just people like shooting heroin in the back of a Taco Bell. Like, okay, like, what if we focused on, working together and communicating between, what if the cashier communicated with the kitchen? Would that help things? And everyone's just like on their phones. That's what he's up against. Zohran Mamdani, what he's really up against, it's like trying to go into a Taco Bell and trying to get them to like make good food. It's just not, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's really hard. And so a lot of the time, if you go into a Taco Bell at 3 a.m. and you try to like make the output good and make the spirit of that place good, it's just, you're going to get swallowed. Because eventually you're going to become part of the kitchen. Zohran Mamdani is not going to, in my opinion, I wish him luck, but it's going to be hard for Mamdani to go into the swamp and change the swamp. You don't drain the swamp. And that's what that's what the people don't understand. You don't drain the swamp. You become the swamp. When you try to go into the swamp and change the swamp from the inside, the swamp swallows you. Because immediately you have to, you campaigned on a policy, on a platform. Mamdani campaigned on a platform of affordability. And 3 days later, he's standing next to a billionaire pedophile and shakes hands. If you want to change the system from the inside, you have to shake hands and work with a billionaire fascist pedophile. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like being around billionaire pedophiles. I'd rather not associate with them. So when you are in politics, there's all of this bullshit that you sign up for. And so we'll see. We'll see. That's me being cynical. I'm sorry. And this is a Thanksgiving episode, so I'm going to say that I'm thankful. I am truly thankful. I'm thankful he won. I'm going to list 3 things that I'm thankful for today. I'm thankful for the Palantir share price, 166.07 today, up 1.454% on the day. Am I an investor? Not anymore. I'm thankful that I sold all my Palantir stock and I'm not invested in that company anymore. And I lost out. Guys, this show, if I didn't sell my Palantir stock, this set we'd be on some Alex Jones shit. When you seen an Alex Jones set, we'd have fucking cameras going. It's an incredible set. Do I like the guy? Let's be honest, not a whole lot. Kind of crazy. I'm also thankful for Mamdani. I'm grateful that he won. We will see. And I'm grateful for Jeffrey Epstein. His death. I'm grateful for his death, and I'm grateful for the legacy. His legacy has been one of incredible entertainment. Incredible entertainment, which will be our next story. So here and we'll get into this article. This is from what publication is this? Is it
Let me see. I'm pulling that up right here. It is Politico.
Okay, so this is from Politico. So Politico, this headline from Politico on the latest with the Epstein files. No one will ever believe it. James Comer, not James Comey, James Comer. James Comer airs doubts about his own Epstein investigation. The House Oversight Chair fears that, quote, so many conspiracy theories, unquote, will haunt any findings that he ultimately releases. Now, that's great. That I love, don't you guys love that the guy running the investigation in the Epstein files who unearthed the birthday book thing, which was insane. If you forgot that was like that weird birthday card with this woman that was like to many more rapes. I don't know. It wasn't that, but it's pretty crazy. It was it was like to our little secret. It was like a very, very weird, that was like a few months ago. So the guy that unearthed that, here it is. This was from a few months ago. Really sick. It's like I almost think we shouldn't even show it. It's like that lewd and gross. It's the figure of a woman and like a weird mess. Anyway, you can go look it up if you want. But the guy, so let me just back up a little bit. The guy running the investigation into the Epstein files on behalf of the House of Representatives has come out today and he said, I don't even think you guys are going to believe this shit. And I'm like, well, come on. Okay, but I know. Maybe that's true, but just fucking release the files. Even the guy running it is like, I'm bored. You guys aren't even going to... Now that I'm thinking, are you compromised? Is everyone just compromised? The guy running the investigation is literally like, look, do you guys even care? That's where we're at with the files. He's like, look, guys, like, I know we've been pushing, the public has been pushing for months to finally release the files, but like, do you even want them anymore? The whole world is like, release the files. We must hold these people accountable for a global child sex trafficking ring. And the guy running the investigation is like, okay, yeah, we have the files, but like, even if we release them, like, are you even gonna believe it? Okay, it's like the whole government right now with the Epstein files is like, fuck, like, okay, fine, like, we'll release the file, fine, okay, fine. Do you really want them? Yes. Are you sure? Yes, release the files. And he's like, okay, fine, but like, you're not even gonna believe them. It's crazy how insane the number of leaps and bounds for the Epstein narrative. It's been like leaps and bounds. Every week we get a new story. Like a few weeks ago, it was like phase. Months ago, for the Epstein files, months ago, it was like phase 1. Here's the binder. MAGA means transparency. Here's the binder. And then the binder was empty. And you look in the binder and it's a middle finger. You look in the binder and it's Trump and Elon Musk in Gaza. That's the narrative for the Epstein files. At first, with the Trump administration, it was like, here's our binder, and you open the binder and it's Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump in Trump Gaza. That's what it was. And then it became the Epstein files aren't real. What do you mean? We don't have the files. Or no, it was on my desk. The files were on my desk. And then it became, there are no files. And now it's okay. We have the files; they are real. But like, are you even gonna believe it? But like, are you even? But like, okay, we have the files. Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I've been lying to you. I'm sorry. We've been lying. Cards on the table. We have the files. They are real. They're on my desk. We can release them. We're not going to redact it. But are you even going to care? Are you even going to want to read it? So the guy that's running the investigation is like, but are you even going to come on. Yes! Maybe hey, I'm going to go out on a limb here, Mr. Comer, and I'm going to say that some people may have a tiny bit of interest in the Epstein files. I'm going to say, and I'm not going to speak for anyone else, if you release the unredacted Epstein files, I'd be intrigued. You know, it's almost like a new episode of Stranger Things. Wow, it collapsed. The price remains strong. But we remain... All right, we're back. The Palantir price plummeted. It's still up.
0.02% since the last time it crashed.
Up? Oh, I know. So there we go. Maybe I'm manipulating it. But we are, so that's kind of where we're at. And I mean, it's like, so as far as the actual status of the files being released, despite this, I believe that Donald Trump has signed the legislation that has mandated, I believe it's up to the DOJ. But either way, I believe we will be getting the Epstein files in the next 30 days or less. That is, I think, where we're at right now. So we'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath. Getting the Epstein files, it feels like a ceasefire deal in the Middle East. So this is as of a few days ago. Trump signs bill. This is from Reuters. Trump signs bill to release Epstein files. Wow. He claims Democrats used the scandal to distract from his record. DOJ will release documents in 30 days. Okay. Listen to this. DOJ will release documents in 30 days. Here's what I want to bold, double bold, triple underline, highlighted in red, in the blood of children. This next part, I want to read to you. I'm double bolding it. I'm highlighting it in the blood of child's blood. Potentially with some information withheld. Woo! So what's new? Nothing is fucking new. Okay, fine, we'll release them. Redacted. Again. Okay, fine, but just so you know, we had to redact it a little bit. The Epstein files, when they actually get released, you're gonna print them out and your printer's gonna run out of black ink. When the Epstein files get released and you wanna print them out and read them, your printer's gonna run out of ink in one page. Because that page is gonna be redacted from top to bottom. It's gonna be a fully black page of paper. That's how redacted it's going to be. This is a great time to get into the redaction business. I'm something of an entrepreneur. I don't know about you guys. I think that this is a great time to get in the business of redacting files. I don't know if that's like something that the government does or if there's a job. You know, a lot of jobs are going to be taken by AI. You know what job is safe from AI? It's redacting files that protect billionaire pedophiles. They will not trust AI with that. That will be done by a human. That will continue. Don't worry, guys. A lot of jobs are going to be taken by AI. But one job that is safe from AI is redacting evidence that protects billionaire pedophiles. That's going to be done by a human at gunpoint. That job will continue to be done by a human, and there will be a gun to your head as you redact those, because that's the only way they get redacted. So we'll continue to follow that. I'm not gonna fucking hold my breath, you guys. It's getting a little hot in here. So, I mean, let's keep going. There's not much else on Epstein, unless. you have anything on that, Connor?
No, I was just thinking, where are we headed? Thanksgiving, Venezuela, to the Pope, BlackRock.
Let's do the Pope. So this is more of a fun one. Now, the interesting thing about marketing is that it's always changing. And I think that one of the funniest things to ever happen has happened. And that always naturally involves my favorite church, the Catholic Church. And what the Catholic Church is doing. See, the Catholic Church, before we get into this story, which is a hilarious story, what the Catholic Church, I think, fails to understand is that they need to reach young people, but the way that they, not for like any nefarious reasons, the Catholic Church, they struggle to reach young people. And so, but they're kind of misguided in the way that they try and grab the young people. And I don't mean that. I know what you're thinking, and I don't mean that. When the Catholic Church goes out and they try to grab and they take the youth by force, the Catholic Church needs young people to subsist. That might not be the word. Persist. And what ends up happening is, you get a lot of how do you do fellow kids moments. This is a how do you do fellow kids moment where you have a 1,000-year-old church built on colonization and genocide trying to have a party. That's what you get. What you get is you have an institution like the Catholic Church, and in order to reach young people and seem palatable to Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they've thought, okay, well, we have to meet young people where they are. And where are young people? They're partying. They're dancing the night away. They're on ketamine. They're numbing themselves in reaction to the horrors of the world. And so what we have here is a rave. So there was a rave in, I believe it was Slovakia. And one funny thing that happened at this rave is it was at a church. So the church, let's just read this. This is crazy. In an unprecedented blend of spirituality and modernity, Pope Leo appeared at an electronic music rave to mark the 75th birthday of Archbishop Bernard Bober, who I'm sure is a child molester. He's probably, who knows? I'm going to go ahead and go on a leap and say that anyone who's an archbishop, you got one in the tank. I think if you're an archbishop, you pretty much have to get one. You got to molest one child to get to archbishop. That's basically you want to know why there was this movie that came out called the Cove or Conclave? That movie, I loved it. Conclave is a movie where they choose a new pope and then they ended up choosing a trans. The end of that movie was crazy. If you guys haven't seen Conclave was a movie where it was a bunch of these old white Italian guys and a few minorities, a few non-white archbishops, and they were selecting a new pope, and it's very political, and they ended up choosing a pope, the next pope, who has a micro. Did you see Conclave?
I didn't. I'm seeing this summer here, and they says they're intersex.
So they chose a pope. So in the movie, the big finale of the movie, spoiler alert, is that they chose a new pope that was intersex. And I thought that was interesting because I thought it was very disconnected from how the actual conclaves go in real life, which is basically who's molested the most children, and we choose that person. That's kind of, honestly, you can choose the new pope pretty easily. You get all the archbishops in a room and you go, all right, keep your hand up if you've raped 5 kids. Okay? Except it's Italian. Keep your hand up if you've molested 10 children. Okay? Okay, Bernard, you're the new Pope. So video shared by this guy, widely known as DJ Priest, showed the Pope blessing the gathered crowd with a projection onto the St. Elizabeth Cathedral walls in Slovakia on Saturday. So let's watch, because I think that this is just something that the Catholic Church thinks is important to do. Let's take a little look. And I want, if you're just listening, I want you to close your eyes, unless you're driving right now. And I want you to just imagine yourself looking at a beautiful church, and in front of that church, imagine Coachella at a church. This is kind of what it is, with the vibe. So let's take a little listen, because this is an incredible moment for Catholicism worldwide. Sorry, we're buffering everyone. I love it. This is God, not this. God does not want us. God does not want us to show this video. Let's take a look. Is it frozen? Or maybe it... Oh, wait, we might not be getting La Musica. God always comes through, you guys. God always protects. This is a work of God protecting us from watching the video. So that's odd, because the other video worked, right?
Yeah, let me see if I can find another video. It might just be this site here.
Yeah, I think the Independent just doesn't want us to enjoy their content. So yeah, I mean, while Connor gets that up, so not a lot of you know this, but this is a story that hits home for me. It hits close to home because I grew up Catholic, and I know that that's a surprise to you guys, because it looks like my mom fucked Jerry Seinfeld, and I'm Jerry Seinfeld's bastard child. But that's actually not the case. I grew up. I went to Catholic school. I went to private Catholic school for 2 weeks, and you want to know why I left? It was a very tough reason. It was a very tough reason, you guys, because I was mature enough to realize that it was bullshit. And I was molested too. So I don't know. It's a fun video, but all right, we're back. We got it all queued up. So let's take a look at the Pope rave.
Dear young people, with joy I greet you
Put
as
your
you
hands up,
gather
everyone.
before the splendid Cathedral of Kosice, which is a beating heart of faith and hope.
Everyone's on
Coming from different
ketamine.
nations, yet united by the same faith.
You have to be on ketamine
Your
to believe in
presence is a
Catholicism.
tangible sign of the fraternity and peace that is instilled in our hearts by friendship with Christ. I impart to you my apostolic blessing and entrust
Everyone's
each
just like,
of you
when's the
to
beacon drop?
protection of the Virgin Mary.
Everyone's like,
Mother
yo,
of
drop the
Church
beat already.
and
Drop the
Queen of
bass.
Peace. And may the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit come upon you and remain with you always. Amen.
Drop the bass. This is awesome. Honestly, I'm converting to Catholicism. That was fucking epic. Wow. I believe again. Imagine you're at a rave, and then the Pope comes up and he's like, remember to respect the fraternity of the Holy Trinity. And and remember, don't do too much ketamine. And it's just a guy, just some dumb rave bitch overdosing on ketamine at the Pope rave. I love this DJ. How's that blood money? This DJ is getting paid with blood money. The Catholic Church donations are blood money. I mean, you know what? I respect the Catholic Church for their innovation, because no other religion is marketing like that. You got to respect the Catholic Church for doing a rave, because no other religion would have the audacity to do a rave at a historic church where the Pope is like, remember that God loves you, the Pope loves you, and most importantly, all of humanity loves you. But most importantly, the bass loves you. It's like, we don't need that. No one, we can have a rave. What's next? Truly, what's next with the Catholic Church marketing? They did a rave. They're truly, no, like, I want to draw a connection here because it works. That kind of shit, it works. Why did Zoran Mamdani win? Is it because he promised that he would give you a bunch of free shit? That's not why he won. And that's also not his policies, okay? So don't do that, what I just did. Don't oversimplify what he's trying to do. He's not a socialist. He's not a socialist. He's a democratic socialist, okay? That means he's libtarded. He's a libtard. I'm a libtard too. This is a show for libtards. I am on the left. I don't know. Who gives a shit? I like the guy. But the reason that Zoran Mamdani won and the reason that the Catholic Church is doing raves is because in order to reach people, you need to be on Roblox. That's the crazy thing about propaganda. The craziest thing about being an effective propagandist in 2025 is you need to be on Roblox. Whatever you're doing, you need to be on Roblox. You need to have a special event on Roblox. That is how you reach the next generation. If your movement doesn't have a Discord account, a Discord channel, then you're dead in the water. I'm sorry. Oh, you're Antifa? I hope you're on Discord. Oh, you're Antifa and you want to spread radical leftist policies like I do to the world? You better be on Roblox dancing in a special event. You better be on Minecraft. The next thing we're going to see from the Catholic Church is the Catholic Church is going to have like a special event where they do like a reenactment of the Crusades in Roblox. That's what's next. The Catholic Church, they're hosting raves. They're hiring DJs. The next thing they're going to do is they're going to do a special Christmas event in Roblox where it's going to be a holy war. They're going to do a Roblox Catholic holy war. And you're going to be able to go in the Roblox server and like kill people in defense of Christ. You're going to be able to get, a golden sword inscribed with Bible verses and be able to impale the heathens. That is what's next. That's how you get people to believe your shit. That's how you get people to believe your shit. It's really hard. And that's what fucking every institution does that. And that's how you know you can trust me is I'm not giving you merch. I'm not giving you free merch. I'm not giving you swag. If you ever, and this is just because I love you guys, I'm gonna share some free game with you. If you're at an event or some sort of conference and you get free swag, that institution is propaganda and they are trying to recruit you. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a religion. It could be a corporation. It could be a political party. If they're giving you stickers, you guys say, no, thank you. No, thank you. Stranger danger. No merch. I don't accept merch. They're trying to bribe you. A Catholic Church hosting a rave is a trap so they can molest you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I being clear? But that's what religions have resorted to. And it is kind of sad, isn't it? Isn't it sad that the Catholic Church has to go all modern to recruit young people? What happened to the Catholic Church that I knew and loved? I miss the Catholic Church where you were forced to go. You will go. You know how the Catholic Church used to recruit members? Back then, 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it was depressed closeted Italian men looking at their sons and going, "You're gonna fucking go to church." That's what it, and it'll be, "Yes, Daddy." That is how Catholic Church recruiting used to happen. It used to be, "We're fucking Catholic. We're fucking Catholic, huh? The Cristo. Jesus Cristo." Now, it's more of a, it's to be hard, aggressive marketing. "You're going to fucking go to church because my daddy went to church and I went to church and you're going to go to church." Now it's this like soft marketing bullshit where it's like, "Hey, like, do you like Minecraft? Hey, like, we're on Minecraft. The Pope is in Minecraft." By the way, we don't molest that much anymore. Hey, did you see the Pope was in Minecraft? By the way, we're not really molesting. The molesting stuff is over. We're actually like really inclusive. The Catholic Church has a marketing problem because they want to recruit people, but they're already so big that the only people left to recruit are the sinners. So it's like you guys are already massive. It's like the only people left to recruit are the people that you fucking hate. So it's like and then their marketing becomes confusing because it's like, "Hey, like, we hate gay people, but like, we need more donations. Do you want to join? Hey, like, we hate you. Hey, God loves you, but he hates you, your sexuality. But like, we're open to everyone." Hey, like, just so you know, like, the Catholic Church has changed a lot. Like, the modern version of Catholicism, we interpret the Bible differently. Like, we don't really hate gay people anymore. We kind of do. But like, you want to come in and donate money? You can still donate to us. We hate you, but you can still give us money if you want. When we do raves sometimes. Do you want some ketamine? It's like, you guys gotta like get your values straight. Either you're a bigoted group of cabal, you gotta get your values straight. Either you are a small elite cadre of pedophiles, or you are Brooklyn DJs. You cannot be both. You can't hire a DJ. You can't hire a DJ and do a rave, and then the next day talk about how homosexuality is a sin. You can't do one of the gayest things ever, a rave. You can't do a rave. This is co-opting of gay culture. So you know what? How dare the Pope? How fucking dare the Pope co-opt the gayest shit you can do, which I love the gays. This is some gay stuff, a rave. Down, drop the bass. And then the next day be like, "Oh, you know what about it? You're sleeping with the man. It's a bad. Don't sleep with the man. A man and a man. It's not right. God didn't want that." Drop the bass. You should hire the only way this makes sense is if the DJ is a homophobe. Drop the bass. It's wrong to be gay. Being gay is a sin. Like, that's the only way this makes sense. So, that was something I had to highlight because it's fucking crazy. So, let's close. We did Epstein. We did the rave. We did a lot today.
Thanksgiving talk.
Yeah, let's close on that. So we have our last story here. Your Thanksgiving turkey could be more expensive this year. Tariffs are a big culprit. Now, I think this is a surprise to anyone, because I don't think this is a surprise to anyone, because I don't know if the economy is doing that great. Everyone says that Trump always says the economy is doing great. Have you been to a grocery store lately? Have you been to a grocery store and you notice that strawberries are like $90? I'm an elitist. My strawberries cost $90. If you go to a grocery store and the strawberries are not $29 for one strawberry, a single strawberry, we are not on the same level. That's where I'm at. Okay? That's where I'm at in my life. I got it like that. But for the average person, listen to this. An average 15-pound turkey could cost around $30 fucking dollars. I added the fucking. $30 fucking dollars this Thanksgiving. Because that's what you're going to say. You're going to go around, you're like, $30 fucking dollars? according to an analysis from Purdue. That's a 25% increase since last year, a reversal from relatively low prices of previous years. But why? Around this time of year, we typically see some price change, but right now we're seeing higher feed costs. Hubble said animal feed often makes up 60 to 70% of a producer's operating costs, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you know, it's the fucking it's the economy, stupid, right? Shit is more expensive. Shit is more expensive, and it's not really reversing. And so I think that a lot of people are really worried. And maybe that is actually the unifying issue. Like, if you're going to go and let's just zoom out a little bit from this story, okay? This is my recommendation to you. I know that if you're still listening, you might not think so, but I'm a very well-rounded guy. I'm a very reasonable, well-rounded guy, and I hear other people out. I know it sounds like, if you listen to the show, you're like, this guy sounds unreasonable and crazy. I'm actually not. I'll sit down with anyone. I'll sit down with anyone. I'll talk to anyone. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'll sit down with Hitler. That was a joke. I stole that. Redact that. That's redacted. It's not. It won't be, but just pretend I redacted that. See, it's fun to redact stuff. Why does the government get to redact stuff and I don't get to redact things? So how come I can't redact my grades from college? When I interview for jobs, am I not allowed to redact? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start sending out a resume to jobs, and I'm going to redact parts of my resume. That's what I'm going to. And then they'll be like, "Why did you redact your GPA in college?" I'll be like, "Well, it's sensitive." That's what I'm going to do. You know what? Two can play at that game. If you want to redact the Epstein files, I'm going to start redacting my resume. If you want to redact the Epstein files to the point where it's unreadable, I'm going to start redacting my resume. So when I apply for jobs and I'm in a job interview and they're looking at me and they're like, "Sean, like, why did you redact your GPA?" I'm going to be like, I have to protect the victims, which is me. Okay? You're like, "Sean, like, why did you redact where you went to school and write in red ink Harvard University?" Well, I mean, I thought that's what we do now. Can I not do that? I thought we can just redact whatever we want now. I redacted it. I'm going to start redacting mine. I'm going to start redacting the price that I pay. I'm going to start redacting DoorDash order receipts. Maybe I start redacting my income to the IRS. How about that? How about if you're going to redact the Epstein files, I'm going to start redacting my income to the IRS. Fuck you. How about that? How about I'm going to start redacting what I owe? I'm just going to redact things. I'm going to start redacting chores. I'm going to start redacting the dishes. Just going to fucking get a black Expo marker and redact it. If that's what the government wants to do to avoid accountability, I should be able to do that to avoid accountability. Okay? When my doctor goes, "You're pre-diabetic," I'm going to go, "No, I'm not. I'm just going to redact it." And when I go to the doctor and get my annual physical because I have health insurance because I'm bawling, and the doctor goes, "Sean, like, you consume a lot of sugar. It says your blood sugar here you're pre-diabetic. I know you're thin, but you should really watch your sugar intake." I'm going to get out my black Sharpie. I'm going to redact pre-diabetic, and I'm going to write six-pack. So this Thanksgiving, what I want you to do is I want you to think about something. Let's say you're a Democrat and you're going to your relatives and they're Republican, or vice versa. Let's say you're a Republican and you're going to Thanksgiving dinner and you're sitting down with a bunch of cucks. What I want you to do, this Thanksgiving, what I want you to do, the issue that will unify everyone is that we can all agree that AI is bad. That's an issue. I'm trying to think of other stuff. The main issue that we can all agree on is that I'm trying to think, like, if I had to sit down with my Republican relatives, what's the thing that we can agree on? Maybe it's that, okay, here it is. You ready? I got it. This Thanksgiving, if you're going to go and meet with your family and they have opposing political beliefs, just go in and start and open the conversation with this. If it gets political, just open with this and it'll unify everyone, which is that we need to go to war with Venezuela. Hey, look, maybe we disagree on a lot of stuff. Maybe we disagree on the economy. Maybe we disagree on religion. But one thing we can all agree on is we have to go to Venezuela and get that oil. That's what we can all agree on. All right? Look at that guy. We can all agree that Maduro has to go. We can all agree. We can all agree this Thanksgiving. If you're fighting, if it gets a little testy, just be like, oh, wait, okay, let's just back up, you guys. We're all Americans, and all Americans agree that Maduro has to go, and we need to install a surrogate leader to get that oil. Yeah, and then you can all hug it out. And when you're going around and saying things that you're thankful for, here's what I'm thankful for. Here's what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. When we're all going around, what are y'all thankful for this Thanksgiving? Well, God, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. And most importantly, I'm so thankful that a small group of technology oligopolists control everything. I'm so grateful that Sam Altman, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg have psyoped their way into controlling everything and hollowed out our democracy. I'm so thankful. And I'm so thankful for data centers. This Thanksgiving, I'm just so thankful that we're building data centers next to freshwater lakes that are going to evaporate the lakes and give everyone lead poisoning. I'm so thankful that so many Americans are going to be deprived of drinking water so that we can generate AI pitch decks that are going to help market opioids to minors in Oklahoma. I'm so thankful. Wow, I like that too. And you know what? You say shit like that. I love going to Thanksgiving. You know, this Thanksgiving, I want you to go to Thanksgiving. Be a fucking asshole. That's what I encourage you. This Thanksgiving, the gloves are off. Go to Thanksgiving, and if someone says some shit like, I don't know, I kind of like AI, be like, fuck you, Uncle John, you fucking dumb fuck. It's bad. I'm coming with that energy. This Thanksgiving, I'm not going to be Mr. Nice Guy. If I'm at Thanksgiving and someone goes, well, I actually think AI has a lot of use cases, go fuck yourself, you dumb fuck. It sucks. I'm gonna be, and I'll have turkey in my mouth. I'm pouring all the gravy, the entire thing of gravy. I'll be like, pass the fucking gravy, Uncle John. Dumping the gravy on and being like, if you like AI, you're a dumb fucking retard. And I love you. That's the only way to solve this shit. And so that's what I encourage you to do. It's about love and hate. So this Thanksgiving, be yourself, because life is short and it's getting shorter. Life is short and it's getting shorter. So this Thanksgiving, sit down with your relatives that you barely know. Also, why do we pretend that we love these distant people? Why do we pretend that we love these distant people that are we barely see and barely talk to? I always wondered that growing up. I was like, I don't even know half these people. I never see half of these people. I'm not saying they're bad people. I do love them. But you know what I mean? It's just kind of like a weird vibe. The holidays are weird. So just show up as yourself. And if your family doesn't accept you for who you are, then I guess you got your answer about who those people are. All right? So go generate your own AI family and hang out with them. That's what I recommend. And remember that you always have family. Here is Sean's show. And I am your real God. I am your God. I am your father. Hit drop the bass. Connor, drop the bass. I'm kidding. So that's it. seanreillycomedy.com. Join the Patreon where we will continue this conversation. We have so much more to get to in the technology world. where we're going to talk about Elon Musk and his new Wikipedia alternative that calls Hitler the Führer, which is awesome. So we'll get to that in the Patreon and so much more. Happy Thanksgiving. The show, Sean's show continues. We're going to rock it till the wheels fall off or until I get shot by the CIA, whichever comes first. Goodbye. Cheers.
And may the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit come upon you and remain with you always. Amen.